Wealth isn't what you think it is, and these 10 habits prove it. Here's a bold statement. True wealth has almost nothing to do with the size of your bank account. Shocking, right? But here's where it gets even more intriguing. It's all about mindset, purpose, and a deep sense of inner peace. During my 20s, I spent years working in luxury hospitality, catering to individuals who wielded not just money, but power. The kind that could shift the course of a multimillion-dollar deal over a dessert course. This unique vantage point taught me that the ultra-wealthy operate on a completely different level, and it's not about flashy displays of riches. But here's where it gets controversial. The habits that separate the truly wealthy from the performative rich aren't about accumulation. They're about intention, discipline, and a quiet confidence that most people overlook. The performative rich versus the ultra-wealthy. A tale of two mindsets. Let's start with a stark contrast. The performative rich, you know them, the ones flooding social media with designer labels and private jet selfies, are chasing validation. They want the world to see them as successful. The ultra-wealthy? They're playing an entirely different game. They're not interested in proving anything. They're focused on preserving and growing what they've built. And this is the part most people miss. Real wealth isn't about looking rich. It's about being rich in every sense of the word. Here are the 10 habits that set them apart, each one a masterclass in what true wealth really looks like. They don't need to prove anything. The ultra-wealthy rarely flaunt their riches. They don't need to. I once served a billionaire who wore worn loafers and a plain polo shirt. When asked about his understated style, he simply said, "I save my taste for what truly matters." That line stuck with me. It's not about showmanship, it's about substance. Thought-provoking question. In a world obsessed with appearances, how often do we mistake performance for success? They value privacy over attention. In an age where oversharing is the norm, the ultra-wealthy guard their privacy fiercely. Their social media accounts are either private or non-existent, and their homes are designed for comfort, not photo ops. I once organized a dinner for a family whose wealth rivaled small nations. Their request? No photos, no press, no public acknowledgement. Controversial take. In a culture that equates attention with importance, could privacy be the ultimate luxury? They think in decades, not days. While most people chase quick wins, the ultra-wealthy play the long game. Whether it's investing, building businesses, or raising children, they're guided by patience and perspective. I overheard a client once tell his son, "The best time to start anything meaningful was 10 years ago. The second best time is today." Question to ponder. Are we too focused on instant gratification to build lasting wealth? They delegate but never disconnect. Ultra-wealthy families delegate tasks, but they never outsource awareness. They have teams of assistants, accountants, and managers, yet they remain deeply informed. One matriarch I met could recite the monthly expenses of her properties across 3 continents. Bold statement. Delegation is a skill, but staying connected to the details is what separates control from complacency. They treat relationships like capital. The ultra-wealthy don't network, they invest in people. At a charity gala, a tech founder spent 15 minutes talking to a waiter about his hometown. Months later, he remembered the waiter's name. That's not performative kindness. It's genuine connection. Controversial question. In a transactional world, is authenticity the most valuable currency? They protect their energy. The ultra-wealthy guard their time and energy like gold. They say no to time-wasting meetings, drama, and energy vampires. A client once told me, "Money can buy almost anything except bandwidth. Protect yours." Thought to consider. How often do we sacrifice our energy for things that don't truly matter? They stay grounded through rituals. Despite their access to endless novelty, the ultra-wealthy crave consistency. Morning routines, weekly family dinners, and annual vacations to the same spot. These rituals bring structure to their lives. One client started every day with the same breakfast: Greek yogurt, honey, and black coffee. His reasoning: predictability is peace. Bold take. In a chaotic world, routine might be the ultimate form of self-care. They keep learning. The ultra-wealthy are lifelong learners. I've seen CEOs devour biographies, attend lectures incognito, and take notes like students. Warren Buffett once said, "The more you learn, the more you earn." But for them, learning isn't just about money. It's about growth. Question to reflect on. When was the last time we prioritized learning over earning? They align money with meaning. The ultra-wealthy don't spend just to spend. They spend with intention. A family I worked with donated millions annually, but you'd never read about it in the press. Their wealth came with a sense of responsibility. Controversial interpretation. Could it be that true wealth isn't about accumulation but about contribution? They stay calm when others panic. During crises, the ultra-wealthy don't freak out, they adapt. I watched a client lose millions overnight and simply say, "It's just numbers. What matters is how I respond." That composure isn't natural, it's trained. Final thought. In a world that rewards reactivity, could calmness be the ultimate superpower? The bottom line. Working with the ultra-wealthy taught me that true wealth isn't about how much you have. It's about how you think, act, and live. It's about discipline, humility, and intention. You don't need a fortune to adopt these habits. You just need a shift in perspective. So here's the question. What's one habit from this list that you could start implementing today to move closer to true wealth? Let's discuss in the comments. I'm curious to hear your thoughts.